Welcome back, whippersnappers. This is Gramps. We're in Shapes 2 Hexagonal Mode. And last episode, we got these guys going for our new, our crystals milestone. And we started to build out these two, which are the next shapes. So that's what you see here and here to help get those going. So those are going to chug along, and once we get the sign off on these two being done, then we will come in and update those. Hang on a second. Woody wants to get up into the lap. Come on, bud. Oh, come here. Our little sister Ariel wants to get up too. Okay, it's a whole family event here making this video. Oh my goodness. He's been in the backyard. Has soaking wet feet. He's about a 12-pound chihuahua. He's very excited too. He's very excited to be here with you all, as am I. Thank you so much for joining us. If you have not, please give me a like. Please give this video a like, just to get it out in front of more people. And then if you have not yet joined, please subscribe. And we are cruising along. So I'm excited too. This video is coming out on Monday, the 28th of April, 25. And there is a new release of the survival game V Rising. V Rising is a very different game than Shapes 2. And it is a game that I enjoy playing a lot. So I'm going to be doing some videos of that. That'll be on a different playlist. And I'm just going to do some castle build videos, I think. I'm just going to sort of get into creative mode and just build out some cool looking castles. There are a lot of videos showing you how to play the game. But this is just going to be, here's how I build castles kind of stuff. And I've done that before. And so I've got another playlist of that stuff already. So it'll be fun. So let's get into this. Again, we're just kind of waiting for these guys to chug and get going. We have, this is split into 3 lanes, each lane producing a different belt. So this produces the lower belt, the middle belt, and the upper belt. And the reason I have these spread out, I just thought I would point that out, because obviously you could have this could be right here, and this could be right here. So that could be a little bit of a tighter run. But I haven't spread out because then they're all feeding into these pickups, and this way they're spaced out far enough that we get that they can all be picked up individually. Okay, and look at that. We just got that guy done. Let's claim this one. And this is the last of this task group. Very exciting. And I saw that we had these guys. Let's do these. Look at that. We've got 100 research points. Let's do some upgrades. Upgrade. All right. So 100, we can do this. 1, 2, and 3. So that's 60 points spent right there to get our belts moving quicker, our cutting quicker, and our stacking quicker. So it shows you, yes, our belts are cruising along, doing great. And you know what? Let's do a final update on painting. Let's get painting finalized. So that leaves us with 10 points. We can still do those foundations if we want. Fluid tank, kind of, not needed. This train's filler wagon, don't really need it. We're killing it on platform units. We're doing fine there. All right, this is what we're gonna do. So this guy is done. Let's go over there, and I marked it last time because I knew I would get lost. I'm going to send you guys back. And No, we're okay here. We're okay with you coming in. But we're going to cut that. Right, yeah. Okay, so we're going to cut that. Then we want this to come in like so. And that is going to create our final shape, I believe. Yep, that's this. That's what we want. So that's going to be our final shape of this task. Let's get it going in. And do that. Get 3 trains going. Oop. And that. Cool. So that's going to finish that one off, which will give us 14 points. All right. So this one, very simple. Just a good old hexagonal yellow triangle. So let's see what we've got up in this neck of the woods. First of all, do we have any of those? I mean, because what I could do is just take a full hex shape, paint it yellow, and cut it into 6 pieces. And send all of those in. Which would be, you know, moving the needle pretty quickly on that. And I think similar to what we've done down here, we can just create a system that does that, and then we can reuse it for the other shapes. So let's do it that way. So first let's find, you know, it doesn't matter where it is, but it'll be right here. We'll start off with this. And we'll do it nearby. So basically each one of these is going to give us 6 of the shape that we want. So we don't need a ton of them. You know what? Let's just do it this way for this. Just gonna bring it way out here. Then, let's paint it yellow. So we need our triple painter. Like so. We're gonna do a fluid unload to right here. Okay. Then we've got a yellow shape coming in here. So, let's create that right up here. You know, we only need one thing of yellow, so let's do this. Instead of that, let's get our mixer. Triple mixer. Have that fitting in, okay? So all we need is 2 trains coming in and unloading fluid there and there. Okay, so in this case, we'll have red and green coming in. Alright, so I'm gonna have red and green. And make a fluid loader. And let's give it that. And you know, let's do the whole thing. Let's get this all done. And then I'm going to do the same thing here and for blue. Okay. This will be a red train. And yep, just going to do 3. This will be a green train. This will be a blue train. Going to start off here. Into there. And then we're going to do green. Into here. Okay. Excellent. Quick and easy. Now, we're going to take this and do our hex cut and separate. So that's going to cut things into 2 halves. You know what? No, I think... Right, let's undo that. Just to get those points back. Let's just do a regular cut and separate first. And see what we end up with there. And I'm going to see if I can then take... So this should be half of a hex and the other half of a hex. I think in 2 separate orientations. Here's the yellow fluid coming in. It's starting to feed through. Should be getting our shapes coming soon. No, that's not what we want. We're gonna kill all these. And you. Nope. And you. Okay. All right. So, yes, we have these, and we're just going to get them both all pointed the same direction. So let's do that. So we're going to do that by a 180. And we'll take this, do it there. Nope. RR, there we go. Why do we have that? We don't need that. Okay. There we go. F, boom, boom. Oops, I see an issue. Okay. So now we have of these are the same orientation. Okay? So then what do we want to do? Next, I think maybe we want to do our hex cut and separate. No, they're going to need to be turned. So yeah, we're going to need to do a, let's do a counterclockwise rotate. And we'll do this one up here. Then, if we take this, what happens if we put that there? Yeah, then we get what we don't want. So let's get rid of that, and let's do a regular cut and separate. Nope. Why does cut and separate never work the way I want it to? All right, let's look at hex cut and separate. Ah, so this is what we want here. And then down here, we end up with those. Okay. This works. This works. And those all come in. That's full belts, right? Yeah. Then over here, we end up with a different shape that we also need to give a rotate to. And that one, again, we'll do a counterclockwise. Which puts it in the middle. Now what happens if we do that? Oh. Oh yeah. It's top left, top left, top left. This is exactly what we want. Okay, the only thing is we need this to be at least one up higher. Okay, so these are all the same. 3 belts each. And how are we gonna do it? Oops. Do this and that. We got 2, we got 3. You know what? I think we do just let it go as is. And then we just create a big train. Again, this is not a permanent build, so it doesn't matter. This is where the filler wagons would come in handy. But again, it doesn't really matter. Yeah. So if we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. An 8-car train. That one is done. I'm going to do 3 of these. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So each of those will pick up something eventually. It's all coming through, right? Yeah. Okay. Excellent. Now, let's do this just to get it ready. We'll run in there, because our next one... Oh, no. Our next one is going to be cyan. So that's going to be blue and green. So that'll be the next input. And look at that huge train. I do love having the huge trains. We should get... Yeah, we're going to get one shipment of this guy coming in. Boop. There we go. Then as these trains are picking up multiples like this, then there will be more. So those deliveries are going to be happening pretty quick here. In fact, we might be done. All right, let's get this guy signed off. Yay. All right, now we're going to head over here, and I think we're just going to delete all this. Because we don't need it anymore. And that, delete. Excellent. And let's, oh, look at this. We've got a couple of things to claim. Look, we're back to 50. And look, that's already done. Good. Okay. So yeah, this is pretty quick. I'm going to cut you off. And cut you out. All right, and cut you off. And all that. All right. Next, we need to find a full spiky shape. Where are you? Hello? Don't need you. Okay. So shape loader. Again, we just need one. It's very simple. Where are we going? Up here. Right there. Shape unloader. Excellent. So yeah, now we've got teal coming in. Getting all queued up here. So this, I'm going to just clear out. Excellent. Unlock. In the meantime, these are still chugging. Let's find our, we need a full petal shape. Will be the next one. Super close. And technically, we could even do something like this. This would just take twice as long because there's only 3 petal shapes. But because that's just taking a full shape and chopping it up, let me just take right here. That would work. And yeah, it's gonna come in right here. And then we'll just kill that off. Use a different color train. Just because. That shape in. Okay. And then that one will be magenta, which is going to be red and blue. I think that's more than enough fluid in. So I think we can start doing this. Get those guys starting to come in behind it. And did I not? Yes, I did. Okay. Got cars coming in to bring those guys. So I think as long as one of these is 1,000, then as long as there's a full delivery here, yeah. So that's going to make that number of shapes times 3. So currently that's 1,500 times 3. Yeah, so that's more than enough. We can delete you. And get you coming in behind. So in theory, this will all work. Once these get used up, and again, we really only needed one full delivery here. See, now we're going to get red coming in here behind the blue. So that might make some yellow ones for a while. But this is all fully automated now to finish up this entire task. So you'll get red coming in. Cool. Yeah. I know, Woody. I know. Okay. Excellent. Let's go check in on these guys. Why are you all so slow? I mean, one of the reasons they're so slow is that we were throwing away half of the shape, right? These are coming in, but not quickly. What is going on? All right, there's something that's stuck. Oh, we're stuck because of... But that shouldn't be stuck because... Oh, wait, what? Why is this not doing the thing? This one is not doing it. Okay. This, yeah, this is going to be jammed up here too. It's so noisy. All right, these come in here. Okay, there we go. These are left facing, then they come in and get flipped that way. These ones are coming in and getting flipped that way. So they need not to do that. Oh my god, why is this so backwards? Just that, right? Yeah, it's just that. Okay. So, yes, this. And just this. Okay. So we're going to delete all those. And same up here. You know what? Let's do things the easy way. Copy. Paste. All right. So now things should be moving. Yes, they are. And here, let's get rid of all that. So again, it should be coming in and just getting a little tweak that way. Okay. Now let's just watch one of these go all the way through. Make sure that it gets tripled up the way we need it. That one's done. So here we go. We can watch this. Looking good. Yep. Yep. That's what we want. Okay. So yes, those both got stuck for a bit. Now they are looking good. Okay. And they're going to go into the trash. And that's perfectly fine. Now, let's go check on this and see if it is switching over. We're right in this neighborhood. So we've got, still have green coming in here, which is fine. I'm going to manually, I'm going to just get rid of that. So for a while, we're going to get teal leaves, which is okay. And I'm just going to speed it all up here by blanking things out. And now we've got blue coming in here. We still have some blue from there. So again, I'm just gonna get rid of this. Now we've got blue and red. And making magenta. That, my friends, is gonna finish this one off. Quick and easy. Alright, let's take a look at upgrades. So this is 150 to do the final upgrade there. In the meantime, let's do speed, capacity. Let's get speed maxed out. The train speed is maxed out. Capacity is almost maxed out. Let's get our loop-de-loops, our roller coaster. Let's get our white train. Okay. Looking good. Alright, our next big upgrades we're gonna do, let's get all of our logic gates, all that stuff. And then we can start building the MAM. That will be next. Yeah, go. See how easy this was? And this is definitely a way to look at building, is try to build reusable things. You know, look at an entire task before you start working on a task. Look at the whole thing, because you'll see, you know, patterns developing. So we got double hex, then double hex, right? So those are the same shapes, just some different colors. Then these colors transfer to over here, where we're going to stack on top of that with a spiky and a flower. Then we've got a spiky and a flower. The spike is blue, and here the spike is also blue. So the spike stays the same color, only the flower itself changes to cyan, and then the last one changes to white. So you can see, you know, it's all related. Same thing here, same shapes, just different colors. And then you've got a duplicate of this shape underneath that, and then here you've got one of our little toxic signs at the very bottom. So kind of easy. These are the trickier ones, but even this, you know, where you've got these two shapes, these are the same shapes, just different colors, and this one's a rotate. And there's not even a, there's no pin under there either. And then same thing, these two are the same. So when you're building this, make sure you're, oh, but it's a different shape. It's you know, spikies instead of hexagons. That's fine. It'll still use the same mechanics as this. If you're pulling this from a full hexagon, then pull this from a full spike, and that machinery will all be the same. And then the last step is exactly the same, just that one's white instead of cyan. So stuff like this is where it gets interesting. But you know, something like this, you can find this shape. That's an easy shape to find in the world here. I think there's one right. Yeah, I mean, there it is in spiky form. I know I've seen it in triangle form. But yeah. And again, with dimensions, you'll be able to just put that in. Here it is. Oh no, that's a spike and a triangle. Here you go, double triangle. So you see that right there is this. Just, this is cyan. Super easy. So, yeah. That's the way to do it. Okay, so these are working now. They've moved up a bit. Here come the some more of these guys. That's going to get up to 11.3. Probably after this one goes in, or maybe after this one goes in. Oh, there you go, 11.3. Here comes a first delivery of these guys, which should be, it's going to have 2 of them, which actually might be close to all we need. Here come the rest of the yellows. That's going to be all we need for those yellows. So let's go back down here. Yep, let's not delete those yet. Let's see if this completes. And also we're close to completing the cyan one. Yeah, they're both 12.9. Yep, that's done. Okay. So we're going to delete this. And do we have cyan? Yeah, we do have cyans going in. Okay. So here's what I want to do with this. Now we've got a full belt of these guys, which are the ones with pins. Yes, this has pins. So this is the top. Does it matter? I don't think it matters. But yeah, we're going to take this. Yeah, so these guys are going to go on the bottom. And these will go on top. That's this one done. These guys are taking a while to get in, but they should be finished. And once they're complete, we're just going to copy this over and do almost the same thing. All right, let's get our hex stacker. And yep, that's it. Just do that. And wait till those... Why are those not in yet? Are they really taking that long? Yes, they are. Wait, did they go? Here we are. There's a third one. Yeah, so that's going to finish those. And come on. There we go. My goodness. So, yeah. You're all going away. Do we need that? No, we don't. We just need this. Right. And that is making this. Excellent. Oops, don't need that. Okey-doke. That is starting to make those, is starting to make these. Now these ones, because of our upgrades, 9 times 3, each full train is delivering 2,700. That's good. And, alright. So we're just going to do that. Cool. So that is going to get both of these done. The last one going to take some doing. So we have all of these shapes. We're just going to need to stack them in the correct order and rotate them in the correct way. So these ones here, yeah, that's going to be tricky. But not really. We're just going to take this. We're going to take our current teal shape, or cyan shape. We're going to take this guy. has... Yeah. We're going to take that. And then we're going to stack... I think this is the one without pins, right? No, this has pins. So this is the one without pins. Yeah, so we will take this output and stack it with this. And then we'll put this on the very top. After a rotate. It's going to have to do a rotate. It will make sense. Okay. So have these started delivering yet? The blue is there, and nope, these guys have not. So let's refresh. Respawn one of these trains. There we go. Excellent. This is looking good. We still haven't rebuilt blueprint points, but I mean, honestly, we've got 4 million blueprint points. I think we're okay, although, you know, when we're building a MAM, I guess that's when we need blueprint points. So we may do that. We can get rid of this guy. That one, that is the stacked shape. Is that this? Yeah, that's this. Oop. Okay. Yeah, here. Yeah, 2,700. And then we'll have 2,700 of this guy. Alright, so that's going to take some time for those to all go in. This is, this is our little pedal machine. Don't need any of that anymore. And this. All right, there we go. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we've got 12,000 platform units. That's crazy for being this far in the game. I think we've cleared up all of our the ones that we no longer need. Is this the exact same thing? Oh no, this has... Oh, that's right. It's a tricky one. And let's upgrade. Could max out our train capacity. Now, vortex inputs, we'll eventually max that out, but that is super low priority because we're not using our vortex inputs anymore. That is not needed. So let's look at this. We've got 15 points there. Yep, and then 10, 10, and we just need another 5 points for here. So we'll get that with our next operator shape coming in, which will probably be this guy. Let's go look at that, see how we're doing. We could probably increase this output a bit. Let's look at these greenies first. And we would need to increase this. Oh, that's right. This was sort of a temp build, which is not super duper helpful. Ah, that's right, because we found this shape over here. We're using that. All right, this one might take a little bit to upgrade. So again, you know, if I built a machine that converted like a full hex, that took in a full hex and a full spike, and made the shape that we want, which is this shape, and that would be something that would be much more expandable. You know, here's a full spike, and the full hexes are all over the place. That would have been much more expandable. But we did this instead. So I could take the time to rebuild that, but I think I'd rather put that energy into building a MAM. And that's what we're going to start on next episode, is getting maybe the first hexagonal MAM. I haven't seen a hexagonal MAM on YouTube. I'm sure somebody's done it, but I haven't seen it. I haven't looked at one. I'm going into this bad boy blind. We've made MAMs for square shapes. Should be able to make one for a hexagonal shape. So we will get started on that with our next episode. I'm just sort of looking at shapes right now. See if I can find anything that would help us in our in upgrading this guy. What's our other operator shapes looking like? Let's look at this. Statistics. Look at the 1 minute. Okay, those were not needed. This one is our highest input. This one's actually not doing bad. This one's our lowest. And blueprints are actually our lowest, but again, not worried about it. Let's look at this guy. See if we can speed this up. Alright, let's look at our blue first. Can we get more blues coming in? Ah, right, it's because we've got this. But yes, we could. So if we just did that. And do that. And do that. Now we've got a whole nother batch of those coming in. Do this. Have belts come in like so. Instead of a blue train, or instead of a green train, we'll do a blue train. that has just doubled those coming in. Which means that down here, we can double these up too. Okay. Then we can do the same thing with reds. We need to double those. That's okay. Anyway, you can see where we're headed with that. Pretty straightforward. These guys are almost done. I was trying to delay to see if I could get to the end of these. But, you know what? Let's do that. Let's just fast forward till these are done, and then we'll build that out and be done with this episode. Okay. Okay. So these have all delivered. Which is great. We don't need you to do anything. So I have rerouted these guys. Come up this way. Now we need to figure out what we're gonna do. So, as I said, we have this shape, which is the bottom. Then we've got this shape, which we're gonna do on the top. So let's take this and give it a flipperoni. And do that. And see if that gets us where we want. Not quite, because we need this to have a rotate. Yep, just a quarter rotate. Doesn't matter which way, I believe. Excellent. That is exactly what we want. Now, we're going to want the same here. Give this a quarter rotate. Then this will be top, this will be bottom, so we can copy this. That should be our final shape. Oh, hello. I believe we've done it. Ta-da! Okay, doke. That is gonna be it. And this is gonna... Who's on? Oh, please, come on. Come on, Gramps. For 90,000. My goodness. Let's use white. Why not? I don't think we've used a white train yet. Okay. That is coming along. And all right, now that those are all fully saturated, I'm going to clear this out. So this should all come in together, hopefully. Same rate, but look at this, we got 5 more points, so we can come in here and we can unlock our global wire transmission, which is the last thing that we need for our MAM. The next one we'll upgrade will be this train capacity. We'll get that maxed out. And or maybe we'll do foundation. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We do have a fair amount of research points coming in. And yeah, we may need some of those bigger platforms for the MAM. So we may have to get those going in. But cool. This is done, and this is our final operator 5. Let's move that to over here. So yeah, if we need to duplicate this, it's going to be slow. Because this is a pretty complex build. Especially the way that I've done it. So we can, yeah, we can work on it. But the main thing I want to work on is the MAM. I'm kind of champing at the bit to get to that. So excellent. Thank you so much for joining. This is Gramps, signing off.